Ladies and gentlemen, today we have a rare opportunity where an old gun that I so happen to actually have in my inventory for once is actually meta. Now at this point in the season, it shouldn't be a surprise, it's no secret, but we are in the age of the auto rifles. The auto rifles are definitely kicking tail at the moment, and they are definitely the meta choice, especially if you're just playing in QP a whole lot. That is almost all you're running into. If not, it's an SMG. The reason why I say it's a rare case today, because Gnawing Hunger you can no longer get, and normally when this happens, I actually end up deleting the gun that you can't get anymore, but I digress. So we have Rampage and Zen Moment with a range masterwork on it. But Zen Moment with Rampage, and also this being just a 600 RPM, so it slaps pretty hard, yeah, you're gonna be flinching the mess out of people. And if you're curious about the overall build, we're on the Void Titan, we got Riding the Hill, we're using Darcy because I'm just bored, and of course we got Doom Marchers on because what the heck else am I gonna use on that Titan? Anyways, so yo, what's good with you guys? My name is Fana, and welcome to the channel if you're brand new here. And we already got hit with an error code. All right, it's not a Destiny, it's not a Fana video if I'm not getting error coded off the rip. So you know, hey, at least we're on schedule. One thing you can guarantee in one of my videos, there's gonna be an error code. We're gonna get error coded. I've accepted it. I don't even get mad anymore. Like I was saying, though, hopefully you guys been doing great, man. It's been a good minute since I posted. Well, not just a couple days, but lots been happening. Last week there were a lot of shenanigans that happened at my job. All right, there were a lot of shenanigans, and we're gonna get into it. But as always, if you're brand new to the channel, I strongly encourage that you hit that sub button. We're super close to 1K, and I appreciate any and all the support on the way. But this dude does not want to freaking die, so that is tough. Yeah, screw you, man. Yeah, feel free to join the 1K family, man. We are like literally right around the corner, so yeah, any support is all appreciated. Dude, I spawned in the middle of this match. Everyone has their supers, they have power ammo. My teammates are like kind of non-existent. I don't know what's going on at the moment. You know, I say auto rifles are meta, but 120s are definitely just as popular too, so this match was over way before I even got up in here, so I don't even care. Now, last week, okay, starting from Tuesday all the way till Friday, I was training at a different building because, you know, it's the same job, but just different buildings. So I was just learning all the procedures, how they do stuff over there, yada, 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 nothing too crazy going on. Now, for some reason, I have multiple coworkers who, have y'all ever been around those people that just don't know when to shut up and they kind of talk themselves into trouble? And lucky for me, my department has two of those people, and it's great. It's honestly very, very great. Now here's the thing, so the way that we had it set up, all right, so the building I'm normally at all the time, you know, I was just gonna be training at the new building for about, you know, 9 to about, you know, probably like 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Then I come back to the main building to finish up my day. So pretty basic stuff here, okay? When I come in, I go to the new building, I learn this stuff, I'm there till about 3 o'clock. My last hour or so of the shift, I'm just back at the main building to kind of close and finish up shop and whatever needs to be done, you feel me? Here's the thing, okay? It wasn't like my supervisor gave me a specific time to be back at said main building or anything. So, you know, it was just whenever I got back there, whenever I finished at the new building, hey, around 3 o'clock, I can go back to the main building if I really wanted to, so be it, no big deal. So as like, you know, I was saying, you know, I finished up my day, it was around 3 o'clock, and I was like, okay, let me finish up here, and I'll, you know, waltz my tail back to the other building, kind of, you know, link up with my other coworker, help him close, and we'll be about our own day, right? That is tough. Okay, my shotgun never works like how other people's shotguns do. It just never does. Bruh, okay, you know, maybe I just need a different shotgun. I don't know, because this one's just not hitting. There we go. See, what started the shenanigans, whenever I left the new building that I was training at, it took me probably a good 10 minutes to get back to, you know, the original building that I'm always at to, you know, finish out my day, because there was just a couple things that were left that I needed to finish, and I just didn't want to leave it, you know, just high and dry waiting for someone else to clean up, you feel me? Normally what I like to do, if I start something, I like to wrap it up so no one else has to, like, you know, go back behind me and deal with it. You know, it stops any confusion, and that's what I was trying to prevent. It was no big deal. I'm just doing my job. Well, see, here's what kind of happened. So on my way back, right, I thought that dude was on my team. What? How did he walk through 3 other people and not get lit up? See, what happened was, since it took me a little bit longer to get back than what I intended to, keep in mind, it's not like I had a set time that I had to be back or anything. My coworker that was trading places with me, right? My coworker that was trading places with me kind of like saw me heading out while she was coming in. So she kind of saw me and gave me a little wave, and I was just like, okay, whatever. Didn't think nothing of it. How you doing, buddy? Are you gonna turn around? No. Oh my God, Phantom. Where did that dude even? Y'all just be showing up out of nowhere. Where are you going, buddy? But yeah, my coworker, she sees me leave and whatever like that. I ain't think anything of it. So when I go back to the main building, I link up with my boy Rel, right? Me and him are cool. I mean, that's my boy. We're chill, cool peoples, you know, 10 toes down. That's the homie right there. Now, when I came back, there wasn't like, he didn't have a problem with me like coming back like a little bit late. Cause like I said, there was no set time for me to come back. And he basically had everything under control. He was like, yeah, we're good. Everything's chill. We are chilling, bro. And I'm like, say less, right? So I'm thinking we're going into freaking, you know, Wednesday. No harm, no foul, right? I'm thinking like, you know, no one's tripping. Everything's all good. You feel me? Well, see, the thing is, my other coworker, and we're gonna call him Charlie. Okay, we're just gonna refer to this individual as the. Are you serious right now, bruh? Get out of here. Matter of fact, now we're gonna say Mr. and Mrs. Crackhead. Okay, these are the two people who can't keep their mouth shut. Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Crackhead. So Mr. Crackhead sat there and asked my boy Rel, "Hey, what time did D get back from the other building?" Now my boy Rel, you know, like I said, chill dude, 10 toes down. He was just like, I don't know, I'm not his timekeeper. Whatever, everything was good though, right? Bro, what catalyzed this entire situation, okay? This is where the stinking cannon event took place, bro. It had to happen. Mrs. Crackhead opened her mouth and was like, hey, nah, actually, I saw D. He actually seemed to stay a little bit longer than I expected because he was over there when I was over there. So I don't know if he was doing something else that he wasn't supposed to be, but I did see him, right? Literally, she just saw me walking out the stinking door because I was just finishing up something that I just didn't want to leave for her to freaking do. That's it. Mr. Crackhead took what she said, ran with it, and sat there and told my supervisor that my other coworker, Rel, like I said, my boy that's 10 toes down with me, sat there, ran with what she said, told my supervisor that my boy Rel had a problem with me not coming back on time to do our job and finish stuff up. Oh my goodness, if this dude wasn't using freaking La Monarch, I may have had a quadra, or no, a four. What comes after a triple kill? Never mind, just forget it. Yeah, so Mr. Crackhead literally went out his way, and this is some like the most pettiest thing in the world, because why would you go out your way? Like, here's the kind of person I am. I'm not gonna sit here and start dry stitching on my coworkers and everything, because I remember I literally had a coworker that went in his car on like, not every single break, but he literally went in his car and would snort crack in his car on a regular basis on his break. Now, did I sit there and tell my bosses or anything? Nah, because that junk did not have nothing to do with me. You know, he was like, hey man, look, that's just something I do. And I'm like, look, that's your thing. That don't got nothing to do with me. I went about my business. He did his job, and that was it. I ain't tell nobody. That was his thing, and it is what it was. He just had to, like, something in him. I don't know if it's some kind of like itch that he had in him or something like that, but he just had to sit there and tell somebody that I possibly came back to the main building at a later time than expected. And here's the funny thing about this whole situation, right? So the guy that sat there and snitched on me or tattooed on me, whatever the heck you want to call it, this dude clocks out a whole 30 minutes before I even get over there anyway. So let's say I did get there, you know, a little bit later than expected. Let's say, okay, I did get there a little bit later. This dude's already clocked out anyway. Whatever happens after he leaves does not affect him in any way, shape, or form. And then he was putting words in my boy mouth, sitting there talking about something. He had a problem with me coming back late, when literally, like, you know, there was no problem. No one had a problem with nobody. Get out of here. Yeah, wasn't so smart, was it? Wasn't so smart, was it? You didn't think that one through, did you, buddy? And even my boy Rel was telling him not to tell. He was just like, you don't have to call the supervisor. It's all good. There's no problem, right? But he, you know, went out his way anyway and called the supervisor and put words into my coworker's mouth talking about something he had a problem. It was the same thing on Thursday. He did the same thing on Thursday. He kept asking my coworker, hey, did he get back on time? My coworker was like, bro, look, like, you're bugging out, man. My supervisor was going over there interrogating. My coworkers, talking about some, hey, what's going on? Because she was trying to get the full details of everything that was happening. Because she didn't even tell me what was going on. Look, this whole situation happened on a Tuesday. My supervisor didn't tell me about it until Thursday. But my coworker let me know the day of. He was like, hey, man, look, these dudes are trying to snitch. I just want to let you know, hey, if someone comes to you telling them I had a problem with you, that's not the case, bro. Me and you are cool. So I was just like, okay, bet. So I already knew how people was moving for real, you know what I'm saying? I already knew how we was moving. I'm like, okay, so we dry sit you. I'm like, okay, cool. You know, I dap my boy up. I'm like, hey, don't even worry about it, cuz I'm not even tripping for real. Now they was over there acting all nervous, trying to backtrack, trying to cover their own freaking tail and everything, and now everything was coming to fruition. Our supervisor, she was like, look, I want to let you know that, hey, there's a situation going on. Some of your co-workers, you know, said that you were doing some things, but it's all good. There's no problem. And then apparently my coworker Rel, this man, you know, kind of gave them a piece of his mind. And let's just say whenever I came back to the main building and everybody was in the same room together, it was the funniest atmosphere in the world. When you catch somebody doing something stupid, or you catch somebody in a lie, like you're exposing them, it's just like, you know, hey, like you ain't gonna talk yourself out of this one. That's literally how that room felt. My man was posted up over there with that sniper. Are you serious? Yeah, but my supervisor, she's real chill. The reason why everything was handled as smoothly as it was handled, as smoothly as it could be handled, I guess you could say, was mostly because my supervisor is one of the few, you know, kind of bosses that we have who don't really doesn't really like take what she hears and just runs with it. She actually she made sure that she was getting all the details. So that's why when stuff, you know, started not adding up, she was just like, oh, okay, I see what's going on. We got people being nosy. As far as Mr. and Mrs. Crackhead, you know, look, man, I don't really have like a glaring issue, you know, with them or anything like that. You know, one of them, you know, he kind of like half-assedly apologized or whatever, talking about some, hey, I'm sorry, you know, blah, 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 blah. You can't, like, when this situation happened, you know, I ain't saying like, you know, I'm gonna forgive and forget. I'm gonna be like, okay, we cool. I can still come to work, clock in, do what I'm supposed to do, but, you know, hey, I already know whenever I'm around you, you know what I'm saying? Like, them kind of people, you kind of gotta be like, okay, like, you know, I look, you showed your tail, I already know what kind of timing you on, so I ain't really finna be messing with you like that for real, you know? That's just in life in general. Like, you gotta be careful about, like, you know, the type of people you bring in your circle, man, because, you know, hey, you think you cool with somebody? Because I thought I was cool with Mr. Crackhead, you know what I'm saying? Now, Mrs. Crackhead, she was always kind of weird to me anyway, so I didn't really, you know, associate too much with her. Well, Mr. Crackhead, I was always like, okay, like, you know, that's, you know, he cool, you know, he cool peoples, but now, what the? Oh, I'm like, I knew I saw someone on the radar. I was like, what? But on a more funny note, at the new building I was at, I learned a lot of new stuff, but also I got hit on by like 3 or 4 different cougars. I had someone sit there and ask me for my number. That happened, and she was like 40-something years old. Okay, I ain't gonna lie to you. Some people, when they get older, they just don't care. Some women, they are, you know, it wasn't like she was ugly or nothing like that. She was actually fine, but yeah. I'm like, bro, I was over there for like 4 or 5 days, and, you know, people don't even know my name for real, and they over here ask me for my number, trying to do booty calls and whatever. I'm like, y'all are on a different kind of timing. Oh yeah, so I seen from a couple of different YouTubers that there is some kind of glitch going on where some auto rifles or some guns act like something that they're not supposed to act like. For example, I think it was one of Say Wallace videos. Like, for some reason, he was using an auto rifle, but it was almost acting like it was like a shotgun at the same time. And then he also had a grenade launcher that was sitting there shooting infinitely, essentially, and it was just like one-shotting everybody. I don't know what the heck was happening with this game over the weekend, but I'm kind of glad I wasn't playing. I ain't gonna lie, I've complained about different metas before, especially when I used to do trials, carries, and everything, but this is probably genuinely the worst era of Destiny to try to be doing trials and stuff, man. I ain't gonna cap to you. There's a lot. Oh my, okay, alrighty then. Oh, I fell off the map. No. I forgot there wasn't a platform right there. So everyone that's doing PvP trials carries, I tip my hat off to you, man, because this is probably the worst freaking time period to be doing any of that, man. It's pitiful. I had a couple of people ask me, hey, are you going to ever do trials carries again? Freak no. I barely even want to run trials stacked. Now, hey, do I end up missing out on a couple guns and some, like, you know, crazy god rolls? Yeah, you know, I end up missing out on some stuff like that. But honestly, man, my mental health, look, it's not worth it. Sometimes trials is way too irritating to do. I'm not in the mood for sitting there getting hacked or sitting there getting DDoS or playing hackers and whatever. Especially since how unapologetic hackers are now. At least, like, you know, in other games, hackers, they would try to be sneaky about it. They were far and few in between. Or at least if they were hacking, you know, once you called them out, expose them, report them, they would at least get banned. A Bungie over here, they couldn't be asked to lift a finger, so I don't know what their deal is, but, you know, until that gets situated, I'm not gonna sit there and invest a bunch of time into it. I'm not gonna lie. Dude, I can't even find a freaking spawn location, bro. Like, look at this. Look at this, bro. Like, what am I supposed to do? I can't even spawn. What do you mean, bro? What is this? What am I playing right now? We're just gonna leave. I'm not gonna sit there and force myself to play some BS-ery. You left the Crucible match before it was complete, bro. Okay, we're done. We're done, bro. We're done. We're done for the night, Bungie. I'm sick of y'all. We're done. Yeah, since we're getting hit with error codes left and right, that will be it for today's video, you guys. I really appreciate if you made it all the way to the end. So I opened a Discord for the community to join and everything. I haven't really done too much up in there, but it is available for you guys to kind of join, and yeah. But yeah, man, Gnawing Hunger. If you don't have it, that's tough, but it's definitely a valid weapon. I'm aware that the Crucible is a little bit messy right now, so just keep that in mind. Other than that, though, man, you guys have a good night. Have a great Tuesday, because by the time this video comes out, it should be Tuesday, like super early in the morning. So you guys have a great Tuesday. I will see y'all in the next video, man.